You know, I can only tell you what I do. I don't know what everyone else does, and I don't think there's a right or wrong thing to do. I think that the wrong thing is not to train your abs. Some guys think that if they don't train their abs, their waist is going to be smaller. That's not the case. You just lose abdominal control. You don't have a deep etching in there. You never leave one body part off. Plus, it leaves a weak link in the chain. Okay. I've told this story a million times. I stopped training my forearms at one point when I was competing. Because I figured they're big enough, you know. I get indirect work from them. And you know what? I started getting severe wrist pain whenever I would bench press because I created a weak link in the chain here. And so these were weak. Even though they looked big, they were weak in certain areas, especially around where the tendons attach. And it was causing me pain on other lifts. So I had to start doing it again. So you never create, you know, a weak link. Having said that, I found that, you know, if I could build up to sets of like 75 to 100 rep crunches sets, I could do one or two of those and maybe one or two, you know, sets of leg lifts. And when I'm talking leg lifts, I'm talking about lifting you like 6 inches off the ground, you know. So if here's the ground, you know, your legs, you start about 6 inches off, they go about like this high, and that's it. Just lifting with your lower abs. And then if you really want, you can kind of do some side crunches, but I wouldn't do too many because sometimes that can thicken the waist. Just going straight on not only works the rectus abdominis, but it also works the obliques anyway indirectly. So you can do 2 sets of 75 reps of crunches if you can work up to that. You could do 2 sets of, you know, 75 reps with leg lifts, those 6 inches, you know, leg lifts, and do those 2 or 3 times a week, man, and you're good. I do abs every time I weight train. So if I weight train 5 days a week, I do abs 5 times a week. If I weight train, you know, 4 days a week, then my abs get trained 4 days a week. I find that if you do them consistently, and you know, I have people tell me, oh, I don't only have so much time in the gym. Well, you know, you don't need to do abs in the gym. You can literally do them while you're watching TV at night. That's when I do it. If I'm watching, I try to de-stress for like a half hour to an hour at night, just after the kids go to sleep before I start working again. And I'll just lay on the floor. I'll stretch. I'll do abs and just lay on the floor and relax a little bit. And this way I don't have to add it to my workout at the gym, especially now with COVID. Who wants to lay on the mats in the gym when people are sweating, you know, with COVID? But it's just one less thing you need to do in the gym. And that's, I think, going to be helpful. And if you get in this routine of always doing abs, like I said, 4 or 5 days a week, your abs will always be strong. You don't need to lift heavy weights. Use body weight. That's what I found. You know, if you start using too much weight, sometimes you thicken your core up too much. And you just don't need that. You know, you want abdominal control on stage. The ab structure is very genetically gifted. I mean, genetically determined. So some people just have nice abs, some people don't. Obviously, if you want to have thicker abs, you need to work them. Otherwise, you're going to have a very thin layer of abs, which may be very hard to bring in on stage. Sometimes they fade more easily. So you want to have a little bit of thickness where you can show grooves and muscle maturity down there. And to get that, you have to train your abs.